Hey listeners, exciting news. Talk to Me Michele podcast merchandise is now available. From our signature bucket hats to travel mugs, coffee mugs, stickers, and more. Visit buymeacoffee.com/talktomemichele to get yours today.
Talk to me, Michele, on the street lights on the corner. City vibes got a story. Feel the beat, don't ignore me.
Welcome to season 2 of Talk to Me, Michele. I am so excited to kick off this season with some fantastic conversations and live content that you don't want to miss. You can catch these discussions live on my YouTube channel now. So make sure you head over, subscribe to Talk to Me, Michele, and turn on those notifications. In this first episode of the season, I am joined by my sister and former co-host of the Gossiping Heifers, Rochele, also known as Rocky. Now, for those who don't know, we had an incredible journey producing and hosting the Gossiping Heifers together. But beyond the public eye, we're sisters with a close bond. Rocky just isn't my sister. She's my friend. She's an amazing aunt to my son, a professional hairstylist, and a phenomenal cook. Today, we're diving into our childhood memories, sharing life lessons, and discussing what ultimately led to the end of the Gossiping Heifers. Ooh, curious minds want to know. So please note there are some mature content in this episode, so I'm just letting you know. And I usually keep my episodes short, but this conversation, you guys had to hear all of the conversation, the full details. So sit back and enjoy part 1 of The Sisters. All right, this is the episode I've been looking forward to doing with my former co-host, but forever my sister, Rochele, a.k.a. Rocky, is in the building.
Hey, talk to me, my hoochie. Late night on the corner. Hey, I just want you to know, I like your little song. It gets stuck in your head.
I like it too. I appreciate that.
Your last guest liked it too. Yes, they did. Talk to me, my hoochie. Ow. Hanging on the corner with the street lights on.
You know what? Don't start breaking down and remixing my theme music.
I think my remix is better, but you know, hey,
no, we're not.
You do you, boo. Do what makes you feel more comfortable.
Well, look, I am looking forward to this episode because this is not going to be the former format we had. This is on a 100% authentic sisterhood level that we're going to be discussing on this episode.
Yeah, and my sisterhood brought me to your platform, yours alone. And I say, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Elegua. Thank you, Jewish God.
Only this hoochie can make me laugh this way because this having me dropping.
Thank you, Allah. Thank you all. Yes, Lord, your platform. Come on, give it. Give you a hand. But I want to say, Michele, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud that you came out on your own and left me the hell alone. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. I love it. And you're doing good. You already at what this is your second season?
Second season.
You promoting?
Yeah. Let's go over some childhood memories.
Oh, let's not.
Because we had an awesome childhood.
We did, but you was a heifer. Let's do it. Let's dive in. What you want to talk about? What part of our childhood would you like to tap on first?
Well, first of all, we were both born in Memphis.
Yes,
Tennessee, okay?
Yeah, gang.
Right.
Post up my black face, yeah. Skeet, nigga. That's where we from, Memphis. Yes. I love Memphis.
Memphis got great memories for us because definitely humble beginnings. But we got such a strong foundation in Memphis. Besides just being born there, we went to school there. We had some lifetime friends.
Yeah, I still got some. I still got a couple lifetime friends. But see, when we lived in Memphis at the era, I was too young to remember.
Right.
So when you start speaking about childhood from memory, I go to Chicago and Jersey.
Right.
And then I go back to Memphis when we moved back.
Exactly.
Because that was too many years. It was too many moons and too many blunts ago. For me to remember that part. I was young.
Yeah, you were on, baby, when we first were in Memphis. And then we moved, quite a few places. But yeah, I do recall being in Chicago, us experiencing the deep snow and wearing snow suits for the first time. Little grease on the face, little Vaseline.
Oh, Mama, look, when we would go outside, we love the snow. And we had this amazing hill that we would take our sleds to. It was awesome. And when it wasn't snow, that same field would be full with sunflowers. Huge ones. Yes. That were taller than us. Mm-hmm. So, beautiful memories. Hawthorne Estates. Was it Hawthorne Estates?
It was Hawthorne Estates that we stayed
Illinois, yeah. Hawthorne Estates. It was fun. And Mama would have, I remember me especially, looking like that little boy from the Christmas Story.
Come on, guys, wait up! Come on, guys! Come on, guys, wait up!
He couldn't put his arms down.
I can't put my arms
down. Yeah. So Mama would proceed. She started off with greasing both of our faces down.
Yes.
And she would grease our hands down. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why I'm the only one, even folks in my age, don't remember ISO gloves.
Isotonic gloves.
Yes, nobody remembers these. Of course, I had to have them, and I had them. Okay? So I would have my snowsuit put on first, a scarf wrapped around your neck, your skull cap. Then I would have those gloves. Yeah. And the cool thing about these gloves, y'all, when you would go outside in the cold, a whole pattern and design will appear on your gloves. This is why I had to have them. I was a kid, y'all. Damn, y'all.
But then we moved to Teaneck, New Jersey.
Ding, 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 ding. I remember that way. My memory goes that far. That goes back there.
So what do you remember about Teaneck, and what was some of the most cherished memories you carry from our childhood in Teaneck?
We had a lot going on in Teaneck because we were there for so long, so young. Amazing friends.
Yes.
Let me tell y'all something. Y'all call us old. I don't care. You ain't lived until you coming up in the 80s.
What?
No cameras.
No.
To see the bull that you was doing. Do you know if there was cameras and videos, how many? I would have had so many more butt whippings. I would have had way more.
Both of us.
Oh, yeah, especially you.
Sit the hell
up. You already beat me. You wanted to go to the childhood. We're going to go there, okay? Because you outnumbered me in ass whoopings right there, okay?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did. That was that little fresh ass mouth.
I always got a slick mouth.
Yeah.
But carry on.
Yeah, but Jersey was a lot of fun. My biggest memory is meeting my first best friend, Candy Ingleton.
Psycho.
That's her married name now. She was Candy Wilson when I met her.
Right.
Now she's an Ingleton.
Okay, well.
But that was a home. But I have a lot of good memories, junior high school especially. In this, when you grow up with people from elementary to junior high school and some high school, it's a special feeling there.
Yeah, it's a different bond you have because you've been through, semi-childhood to, preteen to teenager.
But you know what? To the question that you asked, like my first good memory, because we had just left Chicago. And from Chicago, we had just left from Memphis to Chicago. So, and we lived in the suburbs of Chicago. So, Daddy took us to see The Wiz for the first time.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it had just came out. It was like the late 70s.
Yep.
79, 70, about 79 or the 80s. And I remember being 5 in New York City for the first time. And y'all don't understand, for a 5-year-old to see it was Christmas time.
Right, it was.
And New York was lit up.
It was lit.
Yo, it was like Winter Wonderland in my eyes. Mm-hmm. It was amazing. It was like I met a unicorn.
Right.
Okay, that's the feeling. It was like you met a unicorn. So I remember us walking in the snow. It ain't nothing better than walking in the snow. No, you got a shitload of money because, you doing good. We doing real good.
we was
they was doing real good. And we went to go see my first crush, Michael Jackson, when he was black.
Yes.
And I still watch The Wiz to this day. Mm-hmm. To this day.
Yeah.
And I also remember getting the Wiz album after the fact.
Yeah, the vinyl.
Yeah. And this is before Mama did that room and we couldn't go because all black folks got that room you can't go in as a child. So before Mama had that area furnished and done, I would go in that room and play The Wiz. Mm-hmm. And the main one I would play over and over was the beginning, The Good Witch. Darling.
Oh, oh my God, the numerous.
The numero uno. Catch this number, baby. Sweet thing. You see, I told you I listened to it too much. But yo, those are like my first good memories of Jersey. I love Jersey. I'm not going to lie.
No, Jersey was, golden. I promise you. Like I said, regardless where we lived and what we faced, it was always a great childhood. We had great parents bringing us up. But Jersey has a foundation with us.
Yeah.
Because that's where we spent a majority of our childhood.
And we got to be Pacific. It was Teaneck, New Jersey.
Teaneck, New Jersey.
We was in Teaneck, New Jersey. I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it. But, we had to move on, and, we end up here a couple of years down the line.
But, I learned a lot while I was in Jersey. I found my voice.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I pulled a gun on somebody.
God damn.
No, we're going to tell stories. We're about to tell stories. Because I had a friend, I don't remember her last name, but I remember her name was Kim. Mama didn't like her.
Right.
And I remember being upstairs changing. Y'all got to remember, I was still in elementary. I was changing clothes. She knew it, and nobody was home but me and her. And she allows a group of boys in. And they were about to come upstairs, and I told them, don't come up here. I'm getting dressed. And I remember hearing these boys coming up the stairs. I went in my dad's closet. My dad had a rifle, and he also had a sword that he got from his dad that somebody stole.
Oh, yeah.
But I pulled out the rifle. And I stood at the top of them stairs in my drawers and my T-shirt. And I was like a little young black Yosemite Sam, okay?
I had a Black Snake Moan flash for some
Baby,
reason.
I was like, y'all come up these stairs. Okay, you blink your eyes, you're going to die in the dark. That was my attitude, okay? Yeah, I learned, girl, you got a voice.
You got some gangster in your ass.
I still got it.
Yeah, but Teaneck really held a lot of, stories coming into semi-womanhood. Because, we were preteens to young women.
I was a virgin.
Why is that even relevant?
I'm just making sure, because there's a lot of hoochies out here. There's a lot of what do you call them, sexy reds out here. We were not sexy reds, and we didn't know none.
No.
Well, let me take that back. We had one across the street. We ain't gonna say her name, but she was a sexy red back in the 80s. But it still, she wasn't singing about a booty hole though. She was just passing it around. But I don't care what time zone you're in, there's always gonna be a hoochie. Always a hoochie.
I wonder what the abbreviation would be for the time zone, hoochie zone.
Ho. Cause see, back then in the 80s, you had shows like Archie Bunker. There was nothing was too sensitive back then. They would say the F word. I don't mean the word fuck. Okay. They just, whatever it was, it's what it was, and and I like that about the 80s. It was truth telling. You a hoe? You remember that song? You a hoe? You know you a hoe. Yeah. You can't turn.
I know? Cause it told me so.
Yeah. Can't turn a hoe to a housewife. See, this is music we came up with because it was truth telling. And being a hoe back in them days was not good.
And beside us calling stuff out for what it is, I think that's part of what shaped our personalities as individual women. We've gone through various experiences, and we've had different experiences. East Coast, Southwest Coast,
Midwest,
right? Midwest.
Yeah, Memphis is more Midwest, but we in the South now. Yeah, we don't want to Texas. We're deep down South now, right here at the border, where they don't want nobody crossing.
Right.
But I want to thank our mom and dad for shaping us, and our mom and dad were like two totally different people.
Exactly.
Two totally different upbringings.
Yeah.
Both water signs, both petty, and strong-headed, and strong-willed. And, Daddy had that gangster.
Right.
I'm going to tell you the truth, and I thank Daddy for that.
Yeah.
Because this is the reason why we don't do nothing strange for change, because we had a daddy that told us the truth. And he hugged us.
No, a matter of fact, because keeping it 100 with, Dad's fatherhood, when you got your tongue pierced.
Girl, that shit was hilarious. Why you bring that up? So now I got to tell the story. Y'all, remind y'all, I was in my 20s when I got my tongue pierced. I was at least 22. So I was old enough to do what the hell I want. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I hid that shit for a long time. And I remember all of my family members, they would notice it, but they would just look like they was like very distracted, like what's in her mouth? But Lord, when my daddy saw that tongue ring, I will never forget. I was in the kitchen in Memphis. I was at the damn sink by the window. You know, the one that faces the damn, yeah. And Daddy looked in my mouth. He said, what the fuck is that? And I ain't say nothing. Even though I was in my 20s, I still wasn't saying nothing. Daddy was like, they gonna think you're a goddamn dick sucker. What's wrong with you? You ignorant mother. So when Daddy went in, I had to walk off because I wanted to laugh. I wanted to laugh, but I couldn't laugh in my daddy's face because that probably would have resulted to something else, some violence. I didn't want that.
I can't even look at your ass right now. I can't.
But it was my dad. Our dad clicked. Because, see, I was the one that got the tattoos and the piercings. I had my belly pierced. I had the tongue ring. He was pissed about the tattoo.
That shit was funny.
You got that shit on you kids forever. You dumbass. Yeah, it was my choice, too. It's called freedom of choice, Negro. Freedom of choice. And I did it. Just like you, Daddy. I do what I want. But, yeah, that was hilarious. Mama never said anything.
No.
I think Mama was just like, Well, you know, Mama was one of them Southern Bells. You know, and Grandmama and, our grandmother was one of the people that be like, bless your heart. When you did something stupid or something dumb or your child was ugly. Yeah, and everybody got to understand. Yeah, bless your heart. That is a Southern term when you have fucked up. Bless your heart. Anybody from the South say that to y'all, they checking you.
Right,
they checking the shit out of you, and they doing it in a respectful way. Bless your heart, you stupid mother.
Now, most people do not realize or really understand our relationship as sisters.
Fuck me, ain't supposed to. But carry on, Mrs. Podcaster.
You stupid.
That's right, carry on.
What do you think some of the dynamics of our sisterhood has faced?
Not a damn thing. Because you can't challenge us.
Right.
And that's the first thing. The thing is, when I see people that they try to pin each other against each other.
Right.
And I'm just like, what are y'all smoking?
Right. I don't understand it.
And I don't understand it because we weren't raised that way.
Exactly.
Now, when we would fight or fall out as children, we got roasted by our daddy.
Exactly.
That was the one thing that could piss Daddy off.
He does not like to see us at each other.
My daddy's favorite saying was, when we dead and gone, you motherfuckers are the only ones you got to rely on each other. Mm-hmm. Our dad instilled that in us. Being unicorns coming up in a 2-parent house.
Right.
That's not the norm. Now, it was the norm back then. We knew a lot of people that had it, but it's not the norm
right.
that I thought it was going to be because I was raised around it. But we've had a lot of people try. It don't work.
It don't.
This is blood bound. This is also spiritual bound.
Right.
You can't touch it. You can you can throw anything you want at us. Anytime you and me have butt heads, it's always been in-house personal stuff. It's never been outside stuff.
Right.
And it's always been stupid sister stuff.
Right.
I think the last time we had a big beef is when our mama passed.
I think there was a lot of
That was grief and anger.
Grief and anger to fall out, but that will happen during
her passing.
Right.
Because the grieving, you got stages of grieving. You got the grieving, you're sad, and then you got the grieving when you're angry.
Yeah.
And I definitely went through the anger.
Oh, we both did.
Definitely. And we bumped heads, and it made me so upset because we upset Daddy because he was already grieving and depressed and all that. But we got it together.
We did.
There's never been an outside entity, ever, a man or a friend, that's ever came in between me and my sister, and there never will be.
And that's what's, it's shocking to me that people find that so hard to believe, that there's no animosity toward each other personally. We always applaud each other.
Yeah.
And I don't understand, everybody wasn't raised the same. That's all I can chuck it up to. But we did have a few challenges as we came up. Definitely because at the time we were younger, that we were a well-off family.
Oh, yeah, we was the rich black kids in the neighborhood.
Right. So being a well-off family already creates, jealousy, naturally. Especially with the women we encounter later in life that didn't have father figures in their life. And you personally went through situations where you were like, okay, hated on because you got a father.
Yeah, I learned that hatred does not always come from just what you look like or what you have. Well, what you look like.
Right.
Because I did have a manager at a job that didn't have her dad around. Mm-hmm. And, Dad, I don't care how old I get. I could be 102. I'm going to always be baby girl, and I'm going to eat that shit up till I leave this earth, okay? And matter of fact, when we in the spiritual realm, I will still be baby girl. I'm going to carry it all the way there. And she was the jealousy, she couldn't hide it. And then I also found out jealousy, not just from having a dad, just from having a bright light where you attracted people.
Right, your personality.
My personality.
Right.
And I had women hate on me about that. I'm like, what is wrong with y'all?
Right.
And it would always end up, oh, y'all got to be effing or something. Girl, no, I don't give up none of this good cookie. I'm not like you. I don't just be throwing my cookie out there to anybody to catch, okay? I don't have a Frisbee. I have a punani. I have a special spiritually punani that I do not spread to people because it's glorious. But anyway, so I learned in my late 20s and early 30s that hatred comes from different shit. Why you laughing so hard?
Because you a stupid ass.
Because I got a spiritual punani. Come on now.
Please, no, look, please land your story because I want to get off of that.
I landed my story. I'm just saying, we can't lay up with any man.
Right.
Because he may be a demon and throw off my pH spiritualness. I'm a Gouda.
Your pH spiritual balance?
Yeah, my pH spiritual balance. We can't do that.
So, there are some rewards of being sisters, though, especially with our relationship.
Girl, there's a lot of rewards. Stop playing. Tell me something. Girl, let me tell you something. We don't need best friends, but we do have some.
Yes.
But we don't need them because we have each other.
Right.
You are the only person I can spend a lot of time with and don't get irritated with.
Yeah, then vice versa.
Yeah, because I can say, girl, shut the fuck up, you stink heifer.
That.
But it's just like we could only say these things to each other. Nobody else can do it.
No, exactly.
Because if somebody else called my sister stink heifer or a bitch in front of me, oh, Lord.
And, it is on site. We cannot be divided.
Look, like MC Hammer said, you can't touch this. I told the devil that. The devil, you can't touch this.
But I do appreciate our sisterhood because Rocky is my ride or die. Rocky is my best friend.
Oh.
And baby sis always.
Oh.
And even like I said, we work each other's nerves.
Hell
Trust
yeah.
me. It's not always harmonious. Never. Okay?
No.
But I can appreciate that, if there's, at the end of the day, we both in the same room talking shit about each other. So,
but I mean, it's gotten better because you think about our childhood, the stupid shit we used to do to each other. Because we fought, y'all. We fought. We would fall out about stupid shit, lip gloss. Michele acting like she was picking her nose and putting in my Kool-Aid.
And she's staring at me.
Yeah, she's touching me. We used to drive our dad crazy with that shit. He said, my daddy was like, y'all was some ignorant ass kids. Daddy used to go tell us to go play in traffic. We got on his nerves so bad. But as we grown, by the time we got to high school, we got a lot better with ourselves.
Yeah.
We didn't have a lot of physical altercations. We would normally tear about your personal shit.
Right.
And I was the psycho one. I did that more than Michele.
You know what?
No, I mean, I'll take the fall.
You'll take it.
I'll take it because I know I did. Because I think my first violent act towards one of your things was your doll. That little kissy doll
you
had.
stabbed my doll's ass.
The way you say it just sounds so psychotic.
Hey, because it was.
Y'all, she had one of them dolls that you press the stomach and it would blow a kiss. And I forgot what Michele did. It was some bullshit that Michele always do. She probably didn't want to play with me. Because I like girly things like playing kitchen or Barbies. Michele was not into that shit.
No.
Michele is into what she's doing right now. A microphone in my damn face or a contract. That's what Michele was doing the whole time as a child. Or listening to audio recordings, okay? I was either beating up boys playing or playing Barbies or playing with my kitchen set. And Michele didn't want to do that. And I think knowing Michele with a smart-ass mouth, I can't remember everything that happened because it was years ago, many blunts ago, remind you. So I took it upon myself to take a butter knife and stab a doll in the ass. Okay? And I feel like Michele should have realized it could have been my ass. but it was the doll. She took it out on And I remember Michelle going to mama and daddy, this bitch, look what she did. But I think the funniest one was when you pissed me off again about something else. And one of her audio tapes, I want to say it was your Pinocchio.
It was one of my, because
I think it was your Pinocchio.
Whatever it was, you recorded over the shit.
But look, we got to break it down, though, because see, people.
I don't want to break down.
No, because see, people back in the 80s when you had cassette tapes, in order to record over cassette tape, you had to take some paper, right? Little small piece.
Put it over that
almost
little
like
block.
a spitball.
Right.
Almost like a spitball, but put it in the top part where it was dented in, where you couldn't record over, so I was able to record over it. And I recorded over this hoochie shit. And I said, it's just her attitude. I did that too. And it was her attitude. And it took daddy and mama years to realize, oh, it is her attitude.
Man, damn you.
But I remember Michelle taking that damn tape to mama and daddy to complain and fuss. And them Negroes had to stop from laughing.
They didn't stop from laughing. They laughed in my face as I did that playback. It was no...
Look what Rocky did! Press play. It's just her attitude. So I've been a petty bitch since I was 3.
Oh, God.
I've been petty since I was 3. And I can't stop now. It's too far deep embedded in me.
I'm sure it is.
And it's your fault. You taught me.
But overall, I am so appreciative of the bond that we have. I don't know how I would have made it through this life without having you as a sister. I really don't.
Vice versa.
But, it's just a support system. We always rag each other, and people confuse our ragging each other, as disrespecting each other. I'm like, dude, that's nothing but love. That's how we show our unique bond.
But see, that's why I appreciate Jules, because when she hears us doing that shit, oh, okay, y'all sisters, I'm not getting involved. I'm not. And, I appreciate that, because a lot of people will try to get involved, and I'm like, dude, we fucking with each other. We just talking trash.
So just mind your business.
And when we are angry, y'all will not know.
Pretty much, because I'll be behind the scenes.
They'll be behind the scenes. I mean, I've clicked on you once or twice, because, I was just telling Tamika the difference between you and me. Mm-hmm. And she already, I said, Michelle's a quiet storm. Michelle's a quiet storm, and I'm a loud storm. That's the difference, I'm the hurricane that comes in and just fuck up shit real quick.
You twister.
Yeah, I'm the twister. I come in and just bum rush everything real quick. Michelle is when the twister disappears for a minute and it's silent. And then the bitch come back with vengeance and you can't stop it. And I told her, I said, everybody thinks I'm the mean one because I come in. It's like, I always use the
you up front with yours.
I'm up front. The moment me and my dad are just alike. Michelle and mom are just alike. Because mom was also that way. She didn't want no beef. She didn't want no problems. She would be quiet. Yeah. And that's what Michelle does. She'll be quiet for a minute, and you don't step on her toes 3 or 4 times. I don't know which toe you got that didn't set her off, but you may have got that middle toe, and that's the end of it. She go, and then I got to pull her ass off the ledge. I'm the one to tell you off top.
You the lifesaver.
Yeah, I'm like, Michelle, let it go. Let it go. God will take care of the rest of it.
I tried it. Like I said, you are right. I will let things fly for a hot minute.
But see, I like to cuss you out right then and there. What you not gonna do? Who you talking to? I'm gonna let you know the moment you step on my toe. I don't care if you got the side of my shoe. Yo, back the fuck up.
But my thing is, like I said, usually when I do have those type of confrontations, I don't really feel like, my thing is, I don't like confrontations, first of all, but I don't have a problem dealing with them. And when I deal with them, I know how I can get. Girl, so that's why I try to step back.
I went into my car to be, girl, you made me do it enough on your ass. Yeah. That is Michelle. Michelle is the damn Cardi B enough. Girl, why are you fucking with me? Okay?
I wish you well. In hell.
I'm in Miami chilling. You hoes on a 1 room for 4. That's Michele. You know, Michele will leave you alone. She'll give you enough rope to hang yourself until she's fed up. I don't know her fed up point, but I already know. I know when I see it in her face. And I'm like, yo, y'all need to chill, because now I got to sit here and work to bring this bitch down. And then I got to go pray and meditate. Lord, please help me bring her down. Because not only she finna write letters, y'all better be happy she don't know no gangsters.
Right, yo.
In every city. If Michele knew a gangster set in every city, y'all would be in trouble.
Oh, I'm doing better.
She will call them
I'm doing better. I'm doing better. I'm walking away.
I want to cuss you out real quick, let you know, leave me alone. My violence come when you don't get the first fucking hit. That's when my ignorance kick in. So the second time you do it, now it's got to be blood.
Right.
Where's the always pads at? Because you're going to need one.
You gonna need them bitches.
You're going to need one.
Now we at a point where we got to bring all the curiosity to the table, because we had a podcast that we started back in 2007, the Gossiping Heifers. It was a journey that I was very passionate about taking.
Yes, you was.
And when I tried to do it with another co-host, it was a male co-host that did not work out.
And it was a Leo.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to work.
It was not going to work. So I begged you to please co-host this podcast with me, because people were always commenting on our conversations, how we were funny behind the scenes, just in general, naturally.
That's just our sisterhood was entertaining.
Right. You came up with the name Gossiping Heifers #1.
Mm-hmm.
And let's first start there. How did you come up with the Gossiping Heifers?
No, you can start by the way you just came in my room knowing I've been drinking. And I was drinking the ancestor drink, the rum. And Michele was just like, you know, I would do protege, but that's my business name. I don't want to use that. And I don't know what it was. It was like off the top of my head, Gossiping Heifers.
Right.
It just made sense because we were talking about so many different things on that platform.
Right.
And I looked at it as gossip. You got a lot of shows that call themselves gossip, but we had to put a twist to it.
Right.
So, you know, and our dad called us little heifers coming up. My mama's did too, you know. That's an old school term.
Right, and it was naturally, you know, because I know a lot of people had a problem referring us to heifers. Some people felt very comfortable with it. I was, you know, not offended because that was our brand name at the time.
But I think the problem that pissed me off the most with that name is the ignorance of people. They couldn't decipher this is the name of their podcast. But her name was Michele, and my name was Rochele.
Right.
There was a separate entity, and people kept intertwining it together as if, well, you know, y'all call yourselves the guy. No, we call the podcast
That's
the Gossiping
name
Heifers.
of the brand.
We don't call each other. I call her fucking Michele.
Right.
Or heifer. Or bitch, whatever the mode, whatever fix the mode, and vice versa with Michele with me.
Right.
But as far as gossiping and being, no, we never been big gossipers. Now watch y'all do it.
Right.
But I ain't finna do it.
But see, the thing about it is we bonded on our strong, you know, our opinions come across very strong, very blunt. And I think with us having our own personalities, we weren't trying to mimic anyone. And we were just basically laying out our honest opinion on whatever topic we brought to the platform. And that included personal interactions. I'm not going to lie, because, you know, we both Libras, we both petty.
Oh, girl, if you an air sign, you petty. That's the first DNA of an air sign is petty. And holding grudges. And, I get tired of folks misconstruing Libras with the, oh, they love and they got to be, no, the fuck we don't.
No. Never say fake shit.
We don't want fake shit.
Right.
And if it's not true love with a little distance, then I can't deal with it.
Because,
space.
I need my space. I promise you I do.
But we gained so many haters from doing that podcast. And that just let me know the podcast was good.
Right.
But like you said earlier, that was your dream, something that you were really into. You went to school for it. I didn't care anything for it. I just said, you know what? I didn't realize when you asked me to do it, it was going to go so many years later.
Yeah,
where it was going to take us.
Right.
And it took us to opening shows for comedians.
Yeah.
It took us to...
We did election commentary.
We did some election commentary on other podcasts.
Did radio.
We did radio. And I can't lie. That's like, that was like a weird zone for me. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
And people think that I'm so friendly and outgoing. Oh, I bet you go out. No, I don't. The best part of my day is when I get off work, wash my ass, get a joint or a blunt, and watch a good movie.
That's the cream of the crop at the end of the day.
That is like, oh, thank you, Lord, for this time of the day. Because that's me time.
Right.
I get very overwhelmed when I have to deal with so many people, and it was so many different people.
Yeah.
You had to entertain them, make them laugh, and it became too much for me.
Yeah.
And I must have quit. Oh, my God. We started in 2007. I know I quit at least 20 times.
I know it was probably more than 20.
It probably was.
Because I thought the podcast, even though we had great chemistry, we had great commentary, but it would also cause us to clash a little bit more often as you would do as siblings. You know what I mean? Because would have disagreements. There would be a guest that was doing too much, and it was just, overwhelming on top of being sisters to have to co-host.
Because I didn't want to guest. I never want to guest.
Right.
And I think the clash came between, with your creative mind, where you visualized, where you saw the podcast, and me not really want to be a part of the podcast, but then I was brought into the podcast. So I figured, like, okay, we need to do, I saw a different direction, and I think that's where we bumped heads, because I was like,
right,
we need to sell each other.
Yeah.
Damn the guest.
Yeah, absolutely.
But absolutely. I will commend you doing it now on your own. It's not that you didn't start out with a lot of guests. You started, and it's very important that people need to come to see you.
Yeah.
If they're only coming to see, if you got so-and-so on there, and trust me, we had some awesome interviews.
Awesome.
And I think one of my favorite ones, because I love Johnny Gill, he's a singing Negro.
Yes, he is.
And he was down to earth. But it did become to a point where I would clash with some of the people that you were bringing on.
Yeah.
And I am one of the people, you're not coming to my house telling me shit. You're not going to talk out of the side of your mouth to me because you in my house. That would be if I'm on a live. If it's my live, you in my house.
Right.
If you on this podcast, when we was doing
your
the Gossiping
house.
Heifers, that's my house.
Right.
And you shall come in here with respect.
Yes. Wipe your feet.
And Michele would get on me so much for talking crazy to the guest.
Yeah, and you know what? And that's something I do regret doing because, you've always been your own person, and on your own platform, there will be guests that will come on there and basically be disrespectful and personally challenge you because they want to see how far they can go. So
Yeah.
and I know you are upfront with what you got to say. I'm gonna say it right now. That's the vibe.
I can think off the top of my head, there was 3 main guests that I just wanted to go through the microphone, cuss their ass out. And the very first one was Popra.
Oh yes, Popra from the Diddy Making the Band show.
And I made a comment. When you dealing with coloreds, I'm gonna say that, that's looking for confrontation,
right?
They'll find. And she was a colored.
She like to poke the bear.
No, she didn't just poke the bear. She was looking for a confrontation. And I'm like, bitch, I will outrun you. I will wear your big ass out just running around in a circle because you won't catch me. And the moment you fall, I'm a gut punch your ass. But I made a comment because they did a makeover on I Love New York.
Yes.
And I thought the makeover was phenomenal. She looked way better.
Yes.
And that's what I said.
Right.
What you mean?
I said what I said.
I said what I said, bitch. She looked better. What? I mean, I am speaking English, and you do understand English, right?
No, we would have some guests. I mean, among many others.
Christopher Williams. No, I'm gonna go through my list. I'm being.
Go ahead, go do your checklist.
Christopher Williams was a punk ass. I asked him a simple question, and he got. It was like his damn boxes went all up in his crack, and he tried to act like I was fucking air. Bitch, I'm an air sign, but I'm here. Don't do that. And then you had Kevin Hart's ex-wife.
Oh my God, yes.
She was just whatever. And blah, 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 blah. I said, "Oh, bitch, you think you gonna talk over me?"
Oh God, yeah. This
is what we finna do.
She was a bit much. Yeah.
No, I said, now I see why Kevin left your ass. I see. Cause you was a petty bit ass bitch. Okay. So Michele, when we first started, that was an issue because you would not run by me who you was bringing on.
Right.
And there was other, because he was late.
Pierre.
See, I don't, whatever. Pierre, I don't care. Pierre was another one. He came late and kind of brushed it off like whatever. I'm like, whoa, hold up, motherfucker. So, and Michele did ridicule me, but after Michele realized I need to find out who these people are and check with Rocky.
Yeah.
It got a little bit better.
Right.
But we had to stop dealing with comedians too, though.
Yeah, that was a back-to-back thing that I was booking comedians because, laughter is one of our, our joys. We enjoy experiencing laughter.
Yes.
And not saying that we want them to entertain or perform when we ask them to be a guest, but at the same time, we're trying to have just a general conversation where laughter evolves naturally.
And it was toxic.
Right.
And it made me go back to thinking about, I watched a documentary on Robert Williams.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good, talented man.
Mm-hmm.
And he made a statement that resonated with me about all comedians have a dark side.
Yeah.
And we use laughter to deal with that's their therapy.
Right.
And I realized what the hell he was saying once
Yeah.
we got into the Gossiping Heifers.
Yeah.
And we started interviewing so many. And there's some that I will never say, show me a dark side. I've met some comedians like Ali Sadiq.
Awesome.
That man is on his game.
Marvin Hunter. Lawrence Killebrew. There are comedians that I've met in Mookie G when he takes a shit. Why you say it like that?
When he takes his shit more serious. Because I'm a friend. I'm one of them friends. I'm going to be brutally honest. Because you got to take your shit serious for you to move somewhere. But we have met comedians that was like on the A game. And it wasn't about that nonsense, no, that toxic.
Right.
But the others, oh my God.
It was...
It's like the Chitlin Circuit ones.
That stay, and the thing about
The
it
shoe
is,
shine ones.
there's nothing wrong with the Chitlin Circuit when you are in your humble beginning stage, but if you stay there for a certain period of time, how serious are you about doing this?
And if you stay bitter.
Right.
About not being. Everybody has their time for their path. God, has a lane for everybody. And when you do dumb shit and you allow your dark passenger, is what I call it, to take over,
right,
then your progress will be pushed further to the back. Being humble, being thankful. When those things are not in the forefront, and that's what I found with the Chitlin Circuit people.
Right. You stay in that demise.
When you when you're so bitter about where you are at that point, you're gonna stay there.
Right.
And when you do the nonsense, the not being grateful, let me go after somebody. Because you get a lot of people that leave like the gangster life, the drug dealing life,
right, and
they go into something else, but they bring that street shit to that career.
Right.
And that's the biggest mistake you all can make.
Yeah, stop bringing that old shit to the new chapter.
Yo, it's like telling men and women to stay in their lane.
Right.
Keep your gangster in its right lane. If you was a drug dealer before, keep it in that lane.
Right.
Because that's not the lane you're in anymore.
But you know what? Speaking of lanes, when we came to a point, and it was me that pulled the plug abruptly on the Gossiping Heifers.
No, you did, because like I said, I've quit over 30 times. You said more. And I remember you calling me one day. We had to record that day. And Michele was just like, yo, I can't do it. I don't feel like it. I'm exhausted. And I ain't gonna lie, in the back of my mind, I had the pom-poms. Y'all remember that old song? Oh, Mickey, you so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey, bitch, that was going off in my head. Come on, I was dancing in my head. And Michele was like, you know what? Let's do another week or a month, just so the people know. And let me being me. Fuck them. Fuck everybody, man. Fuck that shit, because it's our mental health.
Right.
And I had already been tired of doing it.
Yeah.
And with me working 2 jobs, let's just say 2 jobs.
2 jobs.
Because I be working on my off days, it became too much.
Mm-hmm.
Because at this point, where my mind was, it was about the Benjamins.
Right, getting that money.
It was about getting that money, paying this motherfucking mortgage, light bills, making sure we have food on the table. I had lost interest in the Gossiping Heifers years ago. I was sticking it out. But then when I put that other job on my plate, it became too much. So when you called and said you was tired, I said, girl, just pull the plug. Just rip the Band-Aid off.
Right.
And that was the exact way I said it to you.
Yeah.
You wanted to slowly let people know we're going to leave. I said, fuck that, man.
Let's bounce.
Rip it off.
Yeah.
Let them know that's it. So Michele did what she did, her magic with the flyers. We done. It's a wrap. It's done. And I'm not gonna lie. The first month, even though I was so irritated with doing I missed it for a minute, but I got over it.
Yeah, because we were so adjusted to going, having this, preparation, going live, promoting and marketing.
That was you.
And
I just showed up.
But at the same time, though, everything was in-house.
Yeah.
Everything was in-house. And anytime you do start your own lane, and that's what I consider the Gossiping Heifers. We had our own lane. And I'm glad we had that journey together, and I cannot thank you enough for going through that journey, because I know you did not want to be bothered with it.
Well, you know that you my sister. I'm going to do, just like when it comes to my nephew, just like when it comes to your dreams, I'm going to be there 10 toes down.
Yeah, but I didn't want to, and see, I felt also guilty about holding you to that obligation.
Well, that's good. Because I'm glad you felt this shit, because I was tired. Like what's your movie? Go give me my belt. I'm tired. I worked 2 jobs. I'm tired.
You just have a good fucking coolie high.
Coolie high. That's what it is. I had a coolie high flash. I'm tired. And right when I was finna beat your ass, I passed out in the middle of it.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
No, but I mean, and the sad thing is to find out through hearsay, a lot of people rejoice. They thought we failed.
Yeah, and then they thought we fell out, too.
Yes. That will never happen. You guys can wish in one hand and crap in the other one. And see which one gets filled first. Because this heifer over here is not only my blood sister, she's my spiritual sister.
Amen.
We're going to be friends when we leave this earth. And we're going to be petty with you niggas on the other side. Don't play with this. Don't test my pimping when it come to my sister. Don't do it. Girl. Because you know what the sad thing is, people I know with their dirtiness, they rejoice if you die.
Right,
but to me, man, when a person cross over, they more dangerous than they was on earth.
They got more territory.
More territory, more time don't mean shit
exactly
on the other side. And
the thing about it is, after we pulled the plug on the podcast, it was just a bit of pettiness when people that you don't normally hear from. Oh, what happened?
Like, niggas suck these. That's what happened. Choke on my right one, okay?
What made you guys stop? And it was no outside entity. That was a creative decision that was made in-house between the two of us. I basically said it to Rocky first.
Yeah, she did.
Before I said, okay, we done.
Now, Michele was just like, girl, I can't do it. I said, bitch, rip the Band-Aid off. Fuck this. It was a mutual agreement beyond two sisters that's going to still be sisters when y'all dead and gone, or while you happy, or while you miserable. We're going to still be sisters, and we're going to still support each other. So I love to disappoint.
Yeah, right.
It did not work, and it never will work. And now it definitely won't work because we're not doing the podcast together. Because I think people use that podcast as much as they could to pin us against each other. Because I know when we first started, people thought, oh, you should do stand-up. And they would whisper in my ear, you should do stand-up by yourself.
Right.
So it was before we got to IG.
Yeah, that's
where
true.
the BS stepped in.
Right, exactly.
And I know you would get offended by the shit.
Yeah, because,
Like I'm going to cut my sister off of something.
I mean, if that was your dream to pursue a career in stand-up comedy, I'm all there for it. But at the same time, you've already expressed various times you are not interested in being a stand-up comedian. You are quick-witted in conversation.
Yeah, I'm not. I have enough common sense to have respect on what comedians do.
Mm-hmm.
And I know timing is one, and storytelling. I do have plenty of stories I could tell.
Right.
And I can make up a story to tell you. But that's not my thing. My thing is I do hair.
Right.
I enjoy what I do.
That's your passion.
That's been my passion since I was 14.
Right.
I knew what I wanted to do at the age of 14, and it was hair. It was to not only be a counselor, because you are a counselor doing hair.
That is true, yeah.
You making somebody feel good about themselves by doing their hair.
Mm-hmm.
They come in looking one way, feeling one way. They leave out feeling a whole nother way and looking a whole nother way.
I feel that same way when you be doing my scalp, girl.
I know I be doing this. I feel the same when I touch myself. Okay? Because, you know, I be doing my own head. And these twists I got in his mind, I touched myself when I did that. So, you know, it brings me pleasure to make people feel better. And that's one of my things that I know, my spiritual reasons for being. I'm a nurturer. Mm-hmm. The podcast was not my fulfillment.
That was not your passion.
I wasn't nurturing. I was cussing y'all out. Y'all was pissing me off. I was cussing y'all out, telling y'all things that I really didn't want to tell you, but somebody had to tell you the truth. Some of y'all ain't shit. You ain't gonna never be shit. Some of y'all messy and miserable. And, you know, when you have to go through that kind of energy,
right,
it sucks and drains your energy.
It does.
And that's what I found the Gossiping Heifers doing after a while.
Yeah.
It was draining because I had to deal with so many people being upset with you and me, our bond.
Right.
And our natural light of communication and being funny and witty.
Yeah.
And, you know, people, when they don't have it, they mad.
They'll get over it. But like I said, it was a chapter in our lives. I'm glad we had a chance to experience together. Yeah. And like I said, I give endless thanks to you, Rocky, for taking that journey with me, because I do say that was not your passion.
Yeah, and I say you welcome and fuck you, but you know, took me through that day of trauma. I ain't doing this no more.
I hope you enjoyed part 1 of this amazing conversation with my sister, but there's more to come. Be sure to follow, like, and subscribe so you don't miss part 2 of The Sisters. If you're enjoying the show, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to leave me a voicemail at 832-463-0525. You never know, I might play your comments in a future episode. You can also support the podcast on Buy Me a Coffee. This platform allows content creators like myself to keep bringing you great content. Just head over to buymeacoffee.com/talktomemichele. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.
Talk to me, Michele.
Hey there, Talk to Me Michele listeners. We'd love to hear what you think about the show. Got some feedback on our latest episode? Or maybe you have a topic you'd love to hear us dive into. Whatever it is, we want to know. Give us a call and leave us a voicemail at 832-463-0525. Your thoughts and suggestions are what make this podcast even better, so don't be shy, let your voice be heard.